everyone. When you think about big changes, what comes to mind? I immediately think about a caterpillar changing into a butterfly. It starts out as a nasty worm-looking thing, and then in relatively short time, it changes into a beautiful butterfly. It changes so dramatically that it doesn't even look like the same insect. Or I also think about a tadpole turning into a frog. I have a hard time believing a gross fish-like thing can change so much that it eventually turns into a frog. And in our scripture passage for today, we learn that people can also change. No, I'm not suggesting that a person can literally change into a different creature or object. Clearly, that's just silly nonsense. But while the change doesn't involve shape-shifting, when God does change a person, it creates an obvious and dramatic difference in the person. Because we see in our scripture passage for today that after Saul meets Jesus, he becomes like a different person. In fact, he becomes such a different person that he even gets a new name, Paul. He changes from a bully and enemy of the church to one of the greatest leaders in the history of the church. And we have to remember that because God still changes people today. Think about your own life. God can make you a completely different person. Okay, maybe not literally a different person like that, but you know what I mean. God can dramatically change your heart and your life. When you consider your sin and failure and hurt and the sad things in your life, God can change you from the inside out and make you a brand new person through His love. And God can do the same thing for other people. Maybe you know someone who acts like a mean bully, like Saul at the beginning of our scripture passage. Maybe God will change that person's heart to make them kind and generous friend. So rather than getting angry at that person, pray that God would change their heart and maybe that God would use you to help them make the change. And I hope that helps you understand our scripture passage just a little bit better. Goodbye, everyone.